Hello, everyone. Today we have with us Mr. Raj Mehta, who's the founder and managing director of Raj Electromotives Private Limited. Hi, Raj. Welcome to EV Talks by EV Dunya.
Thanks both for welcoming me and getting me to the platform.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be talking to you, Raj. So let's first start with some background of you. As everyone can see, Raj looks quite young, and in fact, he is quite young. Raj actually entered electric vehicle space at the age of 12 when he invented a battery operated bicycle all by himself. And this was his first step in his journey into electric vehicle industry. Raj then went on to start his venture called as Raj Electromotives Private Limited at the age of 14. Wow, that's incredible, Raj. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then at 17, Raj was the youngest entrepreneur to get an import-export license. So talking about Raj Electromotives, it offers conversion kits for converting pedal-operated bicycles or petrol bikes to electric. I'm sure Raj will tell us more about these kits in a while. Moving on, in June 2019, Raj started Greta Electric Scooters, which is engaged in manufacturing of electric scooters. His vision to make transportation affordable while reducing the global carbon footprint globally has motivated him to start this venture. Um, Now, Raj Electromotives is headquartered in Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Over there, Raj focuses on product improvements and exploring ways to revolutionize mobility across segments, which he has been doing so far. Uh, so while Raj was busy innovating, running his business, and bringing his vision to life, he did not leave behind education. A university in Ahmedabad offered him BE, uh, you know, that while pursuing his business, so that offered him a perfect balance of, education while running his business. So welcome again to EV Talks, Raj. It's a pleasure to be talking to you.
yeah, thanks both. It's my pleasure to be here on the platform, and you had narrated the story very well, and you gave a very good information about me to the audience.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
yeah, I would like to share up the story here.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah. So now, Raj, I've just briefly told your story. I have a few questions for you. Maybe yeah, we can discuss more about your journey. So to start with, can you tell our viewers about your journey so far in the EV industry? Probably, something about the kit that you developed at 12, and how did you manage to complete it? Probably.
Yeah. So, Subodh, actually, I started when my age was 12, and I started by solving my own problem of commute. I need to commute from one place to another place, and my age was not permitting me to get a driving license.
Yeah.
So at that time, I got a bicycle by my parents that you need to use this as a mode of commute to go here and there whenever you want. So it's like economy as well as it's not binding any, it's not breaking any government norms or rules.
Right.
So that time, I was a very fatso person, and so I was in that thought कि मैं इतना pedal कैसे करूँगा, how I will pedal such long distance wherever I am going. So that time I had put a thought that how can I make this effortless. So that
Right.
time I thought about using a petrol engine and fit to my bicycle.
Hmm.
There are some mopeds available in the Indian market at a very starting era of IC engines that you can pedal as well as use by petrol both.
Yeah.
So that time I also thought that कि मैं इसका engine निकाल करके अपना bicycle में लगा देते हैं. But it was not a cost effective solution as I am not an earning person. I was not an earning person that time. So I cannot pay the fuel cost by myself. Another thing is that uh, I need to follow the government norms about the RTO. So the two parameters get back me to thought to think about कि मैं कैसे इसका solution निकालूं.
Right.
So that time when I was a kid, that at that moment I used to open the toys and make the robotics thing working and programming. So that time I saw that by a motor I can make my bicycle electric. I can
Right.
make my drive effortless. So using that concept, I had start searching about motor and the motor specification, whatever I will require. From the audience, there are many people of different age categories. Maybe some of are the students somewhere. Actually, we all are students of the life, but we should never get hesitate to ask our senior or to ask from anyone. The learning have no address at any place, any person of any age can teach you. And if we think that he is having more expertise or he is having more experience in that field, we should definitely go and ask them about the queries without any hesitation. So I was the one who started that thing. I went to a teacher and asked them, sir, that how to make this drive effortless. I want to make a motor and a controller. Hey, kuch cheeze design karna hai, what the things will require. So I was not aware about the basic principle that how the motor works. I was just knowing that रिमोट कंट्रोल कार है उसमें बैटरी लगता है बटन दबाएंगे कार राइट एंड लेफ्ट जाएगा सो आई वाज जस्ट नोइंग कि भाई बटन दबाने से गाड़ी चलता है आई वाज नॉट अवेयर दैट द बैटरी इज अ प्रोडक्ट is a device which stores the energy and it is known as electrical energy. As a layman, as a kid, I was having that raw thought in my mind. So it is how the thing started. My teachers helped me a lot, and I've been to more than 10 schools till now. I I'm a diploma dropout, and then I took 12th from biology maths as well. I passed out that as after that. I just recently completed my BTech in automobile. I just completed my bachelor's,
Yeah.
and so at that moment I was very openly like I just opened up my questions to the sir and they had answered my queries whatsoever the teachers were there of that particular school. So they had addressed my queries and it is how that curiosity gets cured.
Right.
And I always use a quotation that which I learned from my life. It is that when the curiosity gets cured and innovation takes birth. So मेरा curiosity था मेरी जिज्ञासा का एक समाधान दिया वो जिज्ञासा का समाधान एक आविष्कार की ओर लेके गया मुझे. So it is a quote which is universally applicable to everyone. If we cure a curiosity of any of the our younger one or students or whomsoever who is asking or who is curious about us, so definitely we will be giving birth to the innovation. So then after I made a electric operated bicycle, a conversion kit by which I converted my own bicycle. Uh, I would cover a topic of funding as well.
Right.
Uh, that how I had managed the funding because people used to ask that 12 साल का एज में कैसे fund लेके आ गया कैसे किया. So at that moment of time, I was having pocket money savings, whatever that elder used to give as per the Indian rituals when we touch their feet or when we greet them on the New Year or whatsoever occasions. So
Yeah.
I was having near about 40 to 45,000 rupee from my birth to till now, till that age of 12. And I had spent that money overall on that experiments. आज ये मोटर लेके यूज किया जल गया कल दूसरा लाया जल गया and at final stage I need to pay 8,000 rupee to the Korea. There was a PCB which I had ordered to the Korea company, and my age was 12 or 13. Means the journey started from 12. I'm not sure about that era, but my age was near about 13 or 14, near about 13. So that time I had asked my papa for funds of 8,000 rupee, which I was having short. But my father denied me to pay that 8,000 rupee, and it is how the I got kicked up. कि ऐसा कैसे पापा नहीं दिया. And then as per the hierarchy, there is a high court, supreme court, and the president. So papa is a high court, supreme court is mother. I went to my mother ke mummy papa ko bol ke kuch karo na, I need this amount. But papa mummy said no, I'll not support you in it. Then I went to grandfather, he's a president. So as a president I said dada please. So I went to his shop that time and I just asked him very innocently that dada sif 8,000 का please help me. And he was into the finance business. So I asked my grandfather कि दादा आप तो पूरा गांव को finance देते हैं. What's wrong with me? Why you will not lend me money to me? So my grandfather said me that Raj, we are in the finance business, but we do secured loan. We don't do unsecured loans. So I said, Dadaji, okay, all fine. What you need from my side? So Dadaji said, I need collateral. Whatever you have, you please lend it to me. And that should be a value of 10,000 rupee, on which I will give you a loan of 8,000 rupee. And I went to my home, took my books, took my toys, and whatsoever belonging of mine to Dadaji shop, and then asked him that, Dadaji, it's the things. Dada said, where is the proof of ownership? And there is an invoice of this material. I went again back to my home, asked my mama to give me invoice, and that invoice was having mention that Shailesh Bhai Bipin Chandra Mehta, it's my father name. So Dadaji said, it not belongs to you, it belongs to your father. So, but anyhow, as a grandson, I managed my grandfather to lend me that money, but he had not given me cash in hand, which I had asked him. So Dadaji said that what you will be going to do with this money, I will monitor the expense and I will give it from my side. I'll not give you cash in
Yeah.
hand.
Yeah.
Your age doesn't permit me to give it. So I say, okay, Dada, it's fine. So I and Dada went to a bank and asked that bank manager that I want to give this money, remit this money to Korea. And the bank manager had explained me that Raj, uh, like first of all, Dadaji asked me that Raj, हमने तो we never sent money outside of India in our 7 generations. So then how it's possible? So as a learner, as a student of the life, I was very open and I said, Dadaji, every organization, maybe it's a school, hospital, or a bank, there is a counter where it is a how may I assist you? एक ऐसा लिखा हुआ वहाँ पे board रहता है. There is always one guide there.
Yeah.
So I and Dadaji went there and asked that person that how you can help me to transfer these funds. And he said that Raj, आप manager जी के पास जाइए, you need to have a current account and so things. You need to have import export license and. But I went to that manager and he said, sorry, you need to follow the FEMA guidelines, FEMA and FERA policies as per the RBI.
Mhm.
So my age was 13 when I been into this practical learning about logistics, that how to import that material to India. And necessity is the mother of invention. The great Thomas Alva Edison gave us a quote. So it is an actual thing which I felt in my life, which is real. So I was having that necessity that I need to remit these funds outside of India. So it is how I got that learning in my life that what are the FEMA policy, FERA क्या होता है, RBI guidelines क्या है, what is the US dollar, how it fluctuates, how to remit that.
Right.
So we had made that payment that time and so on after. Uh, Actually, there is a story that I went to even grocery store for the job because my father denied me for that 8,000 rupee. And even Dadaji also said no that because I used the word that only 8,000, see 5,000 to hai. So they told me that kama ke aao pata chalega aapko. So I went to pharma store, tea stall. Uh, the pharma store denied me.
Raj, I think your connection is gone.
Yeah.
This meeting is being recorded.
So I went to Kirana shop, grocery store for the job, and because I was in need of that money anyhow, because I need to order that PCB, and it was it passionately on my mind that I need these things to be done anyhow. So
Right.
that time I went, I tried each and every place where I can apply for the job. So when I went to Kirana store, they denied me because I was not qualified or aware about liters and kilograms,
Right.
and then went to pharma store. Pharma store said that you need to be qualified to give medicine to someone. It's not art and craft you give to anyone. So I was again rejected. Then I went to tea store, chai ka dukan. So that person was very okay with taking me there because he's getting a good resource at cheap price. He said 4,000 rupee, morning 9 to evening 9, you need to do a job for 30 days,
Oh.
means 1 month, and you will be getting 4,000 salary. I am talking about it was 2013-14 that time,
Mhm.
and I was like, okay, I can, nothing bad in it. So I went to my home back and very happily I told my father that I got job. I will be a person, a working person at tea store, and I will be earning 4,000 rupee a month. But as my father is a core businessman, so he told me about balance sheet. That Raj, we are Banya people. So we work on the numbers. So the school where you are studying, it is Ahmedabad's best school, which cost us 25,000 rupee a month. It is the your education fees. So for 2 months, if you go and earn 8,000 rupee, who will be paying about that 2 months of fees, which I already paid to them? So it is a small, like the arm twisting incident happened before getting my funds. So it is how that father had denied, and then I went to grandfather, and it's how I got the funds.
Wow.
Later on, I had made my bicycle. It was working successfully. My father had scolded me that what made you to do these things? It's a waste of money. You don't value the money and so on. But I said, okay, I'm managing on my own anyhow. My grandfather had paid me this money, and then a leading news agency was there and they had covered up me. So after that coverage I got much fame, because news is a source which actually
Right.
work as a best PR tool, like to make that public relations. So I was a boy in Ahmedabad, in Gujarat, that who was just not known much. Even nobody from the street other than my street knows me that time. But that
Right.
news agency come, it was a regional news channel. They
Mhm.
made an interview. After 3 5 days, there is a national news agency came up to take an interview coverage, and so on. It started bombarding. So it is how the bicycle started. The name company founded Raj Electromotives. So Raj
Mhm.
is my name. Electro means electric, and motives means automotive, some
Right.
motion
Mhm.
motives. So it is how electromotive word came up. And then after I was in that time eighth grade. I was in eighth grade that time
Mhm.
when I started my these thoughts and working. And then after I completed my 10th, I took a diploma. I was in very happy mood that अब तो attendance का झंझट नहीं है, college में पढ़ेंगे. But it was not actually that time. I need to attend 90% attendance mandatory
Right.
था वो college में. So I took a dropout
Oh.
because I was having much passion about my business, about my
Wow.
startup.
Mhm.
So because the inquiries get started, news वाले लोगों ने इंक्वायरीज देना शुरू कर दिया, मतलब कमेंट्स में लोगों ने डालना शुरू किया.
Right.
फेसबुक पे, यूट्यूब पे बहुत सारा कवरेज मिला उसको. Later on we started YouTubers as well. YouTubers ने unboxing किया हमारे products का. So and as the demand gets started, we had supplied the demands. So like the people started कि bicycle is for the person who is doing for fun, bicycling करना है. How about the person who don't have legs to pedal?
Right.
It is a very effortful thing for them to pedal. How about old age person who are using pedal rickshaws? So later on we introduced tricycle conversion kit for the old age people who are using that pedal rickshaws, जो दिल्ली में ज्यादातर देखने को मिलता है pedal rickshaws जो होता है.
Right.
कुछ लोग नारियल पानी वगैरह बेचते हैं उन्हीं पेडल रिक्शा पे, फ्रूट्स बेचते हैं. तो
Mhm.
उनके लिए हमने कन्वर्जन किट्स बनाया. उसके बाद हमने दिव्यांग लोगों के लिए, स्पेशली चैलेंज पीपल जो हैं, स्पेशली डिसेबल्ड लोग हैं,
Okay.
उनके लिए ट्राइसिकल कन्वर्जन किट बनाया. एंड लेटर ऑन पब्लिक स्टार्टेड डिमांडिंग अबाउट कन्वर्जन ऑफ पेट्रोल व्हीकल टू इलेक्ट्रिक, कि सर ये मेरा पेट्रोल बाइक पुराना हो गया, अब इसका क्या करें. So that क्या करे वाला leads me to make a product which is like I was having already my targeted audience in the
Mhm.
demanding form कि हमें तो ये चाहिए. So I started making that things. So it's like, what is the business? Supply and demand.
Exactly.
So, and if there is no demand, you can create the demand. So it's how we made the business. And then after, uh, I would like to share an incident that my age was 16 that time. I was in maybe 10th or maybe in the diploma time. So
Mhm.
that time, I need to export some goods because I
Right.
was getting huge number of inquiries from YouTube videos. I
Mhm.
was having near about 10 to 11 countries of exports. The value of export was not much bigger, मतलब करोड़ों का नहीं था, लाखों में ही था वो. And it was not such a contribution to India's GDP. It's a very small amount.
Yeah.
But I went to a DGFT, Director General of Foreign Trade, who
Mhm.
issues the import-export license. I was in a seminar in a physical form, and I asked some students that what is a failure and how you like uh, how you treat that. So a student said, "Sir, मैं अगर 2 बार फेल हो जाता हूँ तो मैं तीसरी बार ट्राई करता हूँ." Then some people take failure up to 5 times, maybe maximum. I was the person in who tried against the odds, because I faced the 19-time rejection. 19 time I was rejected for import export license. My age was 16, wearing half pant, going to commissioner office. एक कमिश्नर का ऑफिस में जाके बोलना, सर आई नीड इंपोर्ट एक्सपोर्ट लाइसेंस. ही इज सेइंग दैट आर यू डूइंग जोक? 16 साल का लड़का, योर एज इज 16. It is not some paper, comic paper you are taking it. It's an important document for the import and export. But I got rejection 19 times, and 20th time I applied. All were against me. My lawyer, my people, all were against me. That Raj, you are wasting time. You should focus on your business, focus on the India. But I never have such thought in my mind to limit myself, neither to Gujarat, neither to Ahmedabad, neither to India, neither to Asia. Like the world is the limit. So you can do anything. Like if you have that, you need to have that passion, and you need to make constant efforts. So that time I applied and I got my license when I applied 20th time. And then commissioner congratulated me that you are the youngest one in India to get this import export license, because my age was 17. It was 1 year gap. I applied 19 times and got rejected. So then after, so it is a message to the audience that it is how the history gets created. You need to try infinite to be the infinite. So I kept on trying and trying, and it is how I got that success, that tagline. And then later on, public had asked me about getting a complete ready electric vehicle, not the conversion things. So we had named Greta Electric Scooter in June 2019. So June 2019 was a time when I had introduced Greta Electric Scooters, and it is a completely 100% electric operated vehicles. It's a subsidiary company of Raj Electromotives. So and we started showrooms as well. In the Nepal, we have our 2 showrooms. In Europe, the testings are under process by the government to get approval to drive on the European roads. And the world highest altitude electric vehicle showroom, it is in the Ladakh. It is by the Greta. It is just near 1.5 kilometers from Leh airport. So it is the, like how the you take up the challenges, and because people used to treat electric vehicle as a low caliber thing, that it's not have caliber to climb the mountain, it's not have caliber these pickup nahi hai, power nahi hai. But these things get completely sorted out when we introduce Nepal and Ladakh in our list. So it is the journey till about Greta and Raj Electromotives.
That's amazing, Raj. It's a very interesting and inspiring story. I'm sure
Thanks.
this will inspire a lot of youngsters who view this video.
Yeah.
So you've covered a lot of things in that story of yours, Raj. Now another thing that I would like to ask you is you mentioned spoke about your story of getting the import export license. So currently, how many countries do you export your products to? Like not the bikes, but you mentioned about bikes. How about the conversion kits? How many countries are you exporting those to?
So there are overall 19 plus countries which we have the customers, and some of them are regular, some of them are not regular or frequent buyers. But yeah, till now we had supplied to 19 plus countries.
Wow, that's huge. I mean, considering your age, it's really amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks
Now,
for that.
yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Now, you spoke briefly about Greta Electric Scooters. Can you tell, what kind of two-wheelers are in your portfolio?
Yeah, definitely. So we are the one, like we are not such big or funded by any third party ventures. So we are a like bootstrap company, completely self-funded. We have no debt. We are a zero liability company. So we had made the pricing and the features, the like best of features at the affordable pricing. So it is the benchmark we set up in the industry. Recently, we had launched a product named Harper ZX. So Harper ZX is the most affordable scooter, we claim that, in the Indian market as of now. The scooter come with the battery selection option, in which customer have the freedom to select that own battery and make the own customized vehicle. So the vehicle cost, aside from battery and charger, it is 41,999. As of now, there are leading companies in the market which are recently, which had recently introduced their product range, but that cost is near about 1 lakh rupee. When you go and ask about electric scooter, you get 1 lakh tag mark. But electricity is about making the commute affordable and the mode of commute affordable. So here as in the Greta, as I have the vision to make the commute and the mode of commute affordable to each and everyone. So we reduced the vehicle price and separated the battery and charger. So battery charger combo start from 20,000 rupee, the new battery and charger completely. Whereas when you go for the 1 lakh rupee scooter, it is not the affordable. It is the expensive one because it comes with 3-year warranty, but you need to pay 50,000 rupee for a battery change after 3 years. But in the Greta, the new battery charger costs 20,000 rupee. A set of battery and charger. The vehicle is 42,000 rupee for 1,999.
Yeah.
And as well, in the certain cases, we not able to fulfill the demand of customers. So we had put up a 2,000 rupee pre-booking discount where a customer can book the vehicle as per their own requirement. We have 4 model offerings with 4 type of battery selection with 6 type of color selection.
Wow.
So like when the customer enters the Greta studio, they have the 4 models, 6 colors and 4 battery options. So they can make their own vehicle as per their own requirement.
That's quite interesting and innovative. Like, haven't heard about this, any other company giving this sort of customization. So good work on that.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Now, Raj, talking about, the Greta scooters that you mentioned. So currently you said you have showrooms in Nepal and testing is going on in Europe. Which other countries do you plan to expand into?
So we are currently in discussion with Maldives.
Mm-hmm.
As well, there are a few more countries which we are targeting it. And in the coming time, shortly we'll be revealing the names and the numbers as well in the coming time. As of now, we are just keeping the statistics in the anvil. So yeah, in short time, the statistics will be out.
Yeah, completely understand that, and that's great. It's good to see Greta grow. Now,
Thanks.
moving on, considering your journey so far, and you're so young, we can see that you're gradually expanding your portfolio. Now, starting with the conversion kits to now, coming to electric two-wheelers. So can we expect, let's say, three-wheelers or four-wheelers from you in the near future?
Yeah, it might be. I will not say anything as of now. Even I not have ever thought about the scooters. I made just my bicycle.
Yeah.
So everything started as nothing. So I'm not sure about it. But yeah, might be one day. It would be there. Definitely.
Yeah, the possibilities are limitless.
Yeah. Maybe the aviation sector is there, but maybe in the coming
Oh,
time.
wow. Yeah, that's way more than I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those were the questions I had, Raj. And in the story that you covered, you answered most of those, and you depicted your story so well. It's really inspiring for me per se, and I'm sure it will be to everyone who watches this video.
Yeah, it's just pleasure to share the story here. Absolutely, thanks.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Raj, for giving us your time. It's an absolute pleasure to be talking to you. Thank you.
Yeah, most welcome, Subodh, and thanks for covering